Okay, I think I'm done with the setup. Grim, good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. I'll move over here real quick. It's a little funky, but I think it'll work. Trying something new. Or I'm trying a new chat thing. I can tweak and fix if I have to. But Grimmer said, fun fact. Excessive amount of caffeine work as antidepressant, replacing blood with caffeine. I don't think that's healthy. I guess I am in luck. Jake, your antics are appreciated. I like you being the little troll when you appear. I like the back and forth, but I hope you feel better. That's true. You did not say healthy. You just said antidepressant, but that's very true. Other than that, yeah. I hope everyone's good. I am in two places that I kind of want to do. Or, like, I got two things I want to do. That's what I'm trying to say. I can continue the kill team, and I probably should just to get it done. I mean, I can do everything I did to the captain, to the rest of the models, and be pretty good. Or I can just do the captain, and I want to work on this knight model I've had sitting on my desk. I want to paint it a bit more, but because it's a recording thing, I don't always want to set up my phone, so be easier on stream. I think finishing the kill team, probably getting them all to the same would be the best. So, I think that's what we'll do. I think all I have left for the captain is just his cape. And I don't remember the precise mixing ratio that I did for the next, like, edge highlight one. I figured most people would vote for the kill team. It is the title, but I can change it. Yeah. We'll go with that. Get it together. And if I get bored of the kill team, I can move over to the knight and get it. I can do the work I want to do to it. I'm saying, what? Okay, goodbye, brush. I was going to say, all I have to do for the knight is the heraldry stuff. So, I'm going to go there. Ooh, that's cool, Leo. I hope that goes well for you. That sounds fun, Grim. A vampire masquerade. What is that? That is green skin. I don't think that is the... Yeah, because I'm on guardian green. That one and that one. Maybe that. The vampire masquerade sounds fun. Never really dealt with vampires before and all that. My vote to that would just be drink water, but I'm sure you're already drinking enough as is. Is it? Green skin is darker than that. It was Guardian. What's up, Paint? Good to see you here. Ah, it is Guardian. I left that in. I thought you were telling me to eat salt, and then I realized you're probably responding to Jake. Okay. This one first. Mm. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably not the best feeling. Put you right there. And yeah, we'll keep it around the same colors. Ooh, nice. Doodling, yes. Also, I appreciate your permission, paint as well for project. What did I do with my paint stick? Maybe I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. Did I move it? Oh no. Man, I can hold it. Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm being blind. I mean, good for you for getting in second either way, though. That's impressive. Yeah, I spent yesterday and a little bit of today working on some terrain pieces that I just had in my head that I want to get done. I should have been working on other stuff instead of it, but I got hit with inspiration, and yeah. The second time you got second place. So, not the first time you got in second, but still. I'm still saying it's impressive that you got it. At least for someone who doesn't place very high in games and tournaments, second place is really, really good in my mind. Other than that, yeah. Also, I hope people are liking the new chat window. I haven't really taken a look at it too much. I know mouse covers quite a bit of it, but it seems to work okay. And go through with that. I can certainly change. I couldn't find a good color. I wanted to go with like one of those corkboard, like pin boards that people have. Because if I did like pure white, I wasn't sure what chat would look like coming up with it and or something like that. So I can certainly change in the future. Or I could do it live on stream and switch over to that cam. But Leo says, I'm not lore accurate, but love building and painting, so no need to be that correct. And saying that also underlines Dark Angel approach to Gilman's Codex. Fair enough. Honestly, it does come down to just like having fun, and if you enjoy, like if that's how you enjoy the hobby, that's how you enjoy the hobby. Not, you don't have to be lore accurate on everything. Oh, you had a web design assignment that had this color scheme. Okay. I see now. I see. Goes about there with that one, and then there's a line There, I want to do. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Grim, and have fun. And there. See, is that you're going to integrate into your army or as a auxiliary? Oh, are you talking about the knight model I have here? The knight model's for another army that I started knight army, and I'm slowly, very slowly, working on each model for the army. I have the armature's done, 2 walking units, and I have a big knight for it. But I'm also painting up 3 more knights that 3 friends gave me different color schemes for. And the one on the desk is one of those schemes. I was making good progress with it, and then all of a sudden I broke my airbrush. And I've been trying to clean it. I've just been soaking it, though, recently the past couple days and not tried cleaning it again. So, I guess to answer your question, yes and no. Like, I'll have knights to throw into my army as, like, allies, but they're not, it's not specifically for, like, my Space Marine army. You had a friend in the tournament play the new Eldar Course. Oh, the new Eldar Corsairs. He seemed to do well in the killing factor, pretty much table 2 Custodes armies. That's impressive. I mean, I know Custodes can be a difficult army to play just because they're a very elite army. Yeah, no, I got one of those small... I got a cheap, like, $20 one. What's up, Neo? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I got one of those, like, cheap $20 ones. And I think I let paint accidentally dry inside it. And I used the paint that was going bad, too. So it clogged it up. I got all the holes cleared except for like one that I can't get something in there. And what it's doing is that instead of allowing paint to flow, like when I press the little thing back to spray and all that, it is sending air back into the holder and just like bubbling it. So it is just throwing paint everywhere that I don't want to throw paint. So it's clogged somewhere within the mechanisms, and I'm hoping that I can clean it and unclog it. I mean, I could spend another $20 on a cheap compressor and like paint combo thing, but Why did your message get deleted? I read it, it was there, and now it just got deleted. What? Why did YouTube censor that? I didn't think it was anything bad. target down. Yeah. I don't know. YouTube's weird. Let's do another layer of that green on. It is sitting currently in not isopropyl alcohol. I'd love to have it soak in some. It's soaking in hydrogen peroxide. That's okay, Pate. My English isn't so good either. I can't really read that well. To the point that I think chat either thinks I have dyslexia or dementia. I don't remember if that was Table or someone or who said that specifically. Okay. I think I'm done with the green skin for now. Lords. I'm gonna need a little bit more. Just have it. And as much as I do want to keep adding green to other spots, not every part can really be seen. So I gotta keep that in mind. See if this one will flow. Yep, that works. What if I mix these two a little bit? Let's give this a try. I mean, being in a tournament all day and I don't know, just doing other activities and all that stuff can really drain the body and the mind. Honestly, it might be like physically fatigue you feel, but I think mentally is more of a mental fatigue is a little bit worse than physical fatigue. Just as a like thought or from experience, I guess. Are you sitting at all during your games, or are you standing the entire time? Because I think, from Paul's Bad at Everything, one of his biggest piece of advice is like making sure you sit during those. Well, not his biggest piece of advice, but like something that he said quite a bit at a few times is that he always forgets to sit, and then it's like later on he realizes. Yeah. Warhammer can be a difficult game to like actually sit down though in. Like you're always getting up to move your armies, and the amount of time that you can sit then do anything else, it's just not possible. Yeah, that's same. Like wanting I do want to sit down during games, but there's so many times I have to like get up and move and just do this or do that during it. It's not feasible. And actually, how does it look currently? I'm gonna move mouse. Mouse is definitely blocking a lot more than I thought he would. Mouse, you can come by me again. And then transform. There we go. As much as I'd like to have mouse up there, it's not going to be able to stay up there. It blocks way more chat than I realized. Okay. I'd like to get into a tournament again, but I also don't know if I really want to dedicate like a full Saturday to doing a tournament again. Well, I've done a tournament, and that's my only experience. So it feels difficult to, like, want to try and do one and all that. It wasn't a bad experience, just... Okay, I will read that in a sec, Paint. So you know in English, one letter is pronounced short, like at, and longer letters do doubles, like letter? In Swedish, it's reversed. So double only has... So double lettering is short and single is long. Oh, okay, hold on. I had to think for a second. I've only said, so in Swedish, instead of having two T's in the word letter, you would have one. And instead of having two A's in the word at, or instead of having one letter in the word at, you'd have two. Just like from the example. Okay, so two T's. Huh. You know, I learned a little fact about Sweden and Finnish. So I thought that like Finland, Norway, Sweden were all grouped up together, or at least in my mind they are, but they're not. They are grouped up as the Nordic countries, but Swedish, Norway, and there's one other one. They are... I forget what the actual category is, but their language all derives from, like, Viking language and all that. As Finland, it's a part of the same language, but it's a different root of it, so it's closer to, like, an original branch off. Excuse me. How's it going, Kurt? I hope you're doing well this evening. Glad to hear you're doing some painting as well. Living the dream. I think that's all that we can do. That's all we can pretty much do is just live the dream. Denmark. I was forgetting about Denmark. Okay. Thank you, Paint, for correcting me on that. Because that was the, like, line I was thinking of. Finnish is Slavic. Finnish is a Slavic language. Swedish, Norway, and Danish are ancient Norse Germanic. Yes, that's what I was trying to like reiterate in the video that I saw, but I just butchered the explanation of it. I just was not correct on. Like, me trying to re-explain all just went down the toilet. Meryl, welcome to stream. Good to see you here. You were also correcting me as well. Yes, I know I missed half of them. I chose to leave them out. Kurt, painting the Terminator Captain from the last edition release box. Ooh. What's up, table? Welcome to stream. I should edge highlight at least a different one there. I'm doing well. I failed at geography during stream so far, so that's how I'm doing. Let's see, Mero says Finnish is not Slavic. Slavic languages are part of the Indo-European family, which originates from the Caustics. Finnish is Yorick, which is independent origin. Yes. Yes, it is. That's what I was trying to get at saying, but like I said, I butchered. I half remembered information. Not even half, like a quarter of the information I remembered. And the rest of it just was not there. So, I'm glad all y'all from those countries, or that know more than me, came in and corrected me. Let's see. Yes, I wanted to try something a little bit different. I had the idea of like the computer was nice and all that, at least the 40K one. But I wanted like have like a workshop board and all that. What are some cool facts about my place? Ooh. I feel like the one that most people know is the horror author Stephen King bases a lot of his books from where I'm from. Other than that, I mean, we are the end point for most people walking the Appalachian Trail, which is really cool. Which, that's a pretty unique mountain range to begin with as well. The, like, Appalachian Trail. Wow. I did not listen to this, so I was not expecting, like, voices coming in. gotta change this. I'm not really feeling this one anymore. And let's do this one. Okay, there we go. You used to live in Milford? I don't think I've ever heard of Milford before. Well, maybe. Maybe I have while, like, house hunting. But another fact, and this is something that I, like, found about and I thought was cool. The city of Portland, for, like, per capita, has the most amount of restaurants out of any city in the U.S. That's more than LA or Los Angeles. Actually, no, Los Angeles is the same thing as LA. Which I find pretty cool. Because I am a big foodie, and there are, like, every corner has a restaurant. So it surprised me, but I thought that was an interesting fact. What other facts do I know? I don't really know a lot of facts. Well, I don't know a lot of facts about where I'm from. Sweden is the only Western democratic country that has an embassy in North Korea. Really? How did that happen? There we go. That's a better edge highlight. I know you guys aren't going to see these edge highlights and all that. That's not thinking other gas stations? Oh my Jesus Christ. I guess we got our priorities, like, in order. Sweden was neutral in the Cold War, so it got decent treatment from both East and West. Okay. So, yeah, there's some positive there for being neutral on some stuff. That's another thing I noticed too. Is there are so many breweries just everywhere. I think it's a thing just from, like, my generation. Everyone, like, got into brewing beer and then just made a brewery. And I'm not a big beer drinking fan, so fair point. Paint, fair point on that. How's it going, Cam? Hope you're doing well. I'd stay away from drinking personally. Like, do I drink every once in a while? Yes, but I don't see the fun of it. I grew up with a lot of people drinking around me, and I was seeing how they were acting, and I wasn't okay with it. And to me, it caused more problems than the benefits of it. But again, I do have a drink every once in a while. I understand the fun of it. But I was lucky enough that my friends, we didn't go and buy alcohol from the store and stuff. We didn't do it underage or anything like that. I didn't do that. I'm sure some of my friends probably did, but we would drive around and just do a bunch of weird stuff. At least weird to other people. We'd have our own fun. We'd try to make our own fun. Buying Warhammer makes me want to drink. Yeah, let's... Actually, okay. On the topic of Warhammer and drinking, I did play a game of Warhammer this Thursday. And the group that's nearby to me, changed location. So instead of being at the public library, we were able to have it inside a restaurant. So we got the whole upper floor to ourselves. We were able to order food and drinks and play Warhammer at the same time. It was a pretty good time, all considering. Just to be able to be I want to have a drink. And then go down, order a drink, come up, throw some dice, have some fun. It was worth it. It was a really good time. So if you're old enough to drink, and you and your buddies have an afternoon just to sit together, build or paint Warhammer, or just play Warhammer, I'd say socially, that's pretty good. Oh, there's a spot in Bangor? I always get confused. I'm terrible with goddamn locations. I know Portland's an hour from me. An hour south. Is Bangor north of that or south of that? I think it's north of that. Let's see. Paint says, I had a near perfect childhood, learned valuable lessons, good family, parents, etc. That is very, very fortunate. Not everyone gets to have that. So, okay. So, no, I've not been to Bangor. Well, I've been to Bangor, but not, remember going there. I've always said more southern, Portland is... Portland and Acton are the furthest south of the state I've gone. I mean, I've gone out of state. Well, I'd say it's a good time to, order food. I'm kind of losing focus and all that stuff. Blue. I gotta do the blue. That color's already out. It's right over here. I bet Florida's really nice this time of year. It's not hot yet from the summer and all that. You guys just want me to turn into... I'll turn into just a yap stream instead. I'll just change from doing painting and hobbying to just yapping. What's up, Toast? Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. For anyone that are new and just kind of curious what I'm doing, I am... Excuse me. I am painting up the kill team that you get inside the starter box. So I am painting up those models there. We've been working on it for a few streams now. And yeah, once I'm done with these guys, I'm going to move over to doing a night model. So I'll change the stream title to like Kill Team and Night or something like that, or something to do with both. Oh, you're from Thailand. How is Thailand this time of year? Are you guys dealing with your summer season now, or your winter season? Okay. So you'll be switching to your fall season relatively soon. What is that in Fahrenheit? I don't know. I'm not going to do a conversion in my head. Paint. If you're tired, go to sleep. It's okay to get some rest. I appreciate you wanting to be here and hang out. But get some sleep. I will also say for where I am, our winter has... It's been interesting. It's like an older type of winter that I had when I was a kid. Sleep is for the... Okay, then shut your eyes. And don't listen to my stream. Listen to, like, some nice soft beats. And then just catch some Z's. Go count some sheep. And just, okay, well then count snowflakes. Count ice puddles. Count something with a lot of numbers, and that's monotonous. I don't know. Does it actually work for people? Do you want hair, or do we keep it shiny? Question mark. What? What do you mean by that? I'll check it out in a moment, Kurt. I mean, I currently have hair, and I'm hoping to keep my hair. I gotta drive to... So, Kurt will know this, but I gotta drive to Portland in the morning to go play D&D. So that's gonna be an hour for me, for those that don't know. And I gotta go at 9 o'clock. I gotta be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I wake up at 7 in the morning. I'm gonna be tired. This is the problem with your... Okay. I love my friends. I love hanging out with them. I wish I lived a little bit closer, or I wish they lived a little bit closer. So that I didn't have to, like, drive so far. Gas is expensive nowadays, people. Actually, I gotta work on my character sheet. I don't have a backstory done, nor do I have all my spells made up yet. I've been slacking on that. I've been doing other things. Okay. You and you can go there. You here. I want to be quick with these, because I really want to paint up this guy. I want this guy to... Done. He's been looking at me, and I've been feeling shameful. If you had 3 wishes from a genie, you would wish for all people to want to do more good in the world. You would also wish for balling not to be a thing, or bailing. What is bailing? Are you talking about, like, bailing out a boat? God. If I got 3 wishes from a genie, what do I wish for? Oh, balding. Balding not to be a thing. I want to answer this, but I also am afraid to answer this just because I'm on the internet. And... but... What would be my 3 wishes? I feel like if I answer, they're all going to be more selfish than they probably should be. Actually, this is a selfish one, but I think it would benefit people as a whole. I would wish that the need for working wasn't as great as what we are currently at. Like, for a lot of people, like, I wish people would have more free time and the opportunity to go and do what they actually want to do in life, and that they didn't have to worry about all these other, like, bills, expenses, and stuff that people worry about. That would be one of my wishes. It is selfish because that's how I feel personally, but wishing that for everyone, I think is a net positive. Okay. It starts off selfish and then it does get, like, good at the end. I like your answers, Paint. Those are good answers. Hmm. I don't know. I think besides, like, my first one, I don't really have any other wishes that I, like, want off the top of my head. Well, I do, but they're ones that I can get myself. I don't really feel like wasting a genie wish on. If you get a genie wish, it should be for something, like, big. And not for something that you could get, like, personally yourself. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that word that you said, or that you typed out, Marrow. My brain's going down 2 lines on what it is. It's either, like, omniscience, which it's not. I don't think that's what it is. But I think I understand, like, what you're trying to say. I do not disagree. Okay. Thank you for giving me the definition and pronunciation. Omniscience. Oh, yeah. It is omniscience. No, wait, no. Omnipotence? The quality of having unlimited or greater power, or very great power. Good night, Paint. Get some rest. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Glad to have you here while you were here. Put that guy there. And ooh, okay. How many people here play Kill Team? Like, actually play the game. What's up, AR? Hope you're doing well this evening. I asked this because okay. Have you ever tried the narrative, like, Crusade style version of a Kill Team? I want to try it with two friends. I mean, I would prefer to play big, like the proper game of 40k and all that stuff, but I don't have the space to always meet up with them and do that. So we've been playing Kill Team. We've done one game together so far, and I understand my Kill Team better. And I want to try it with these friends, and I think we'd all enjoy it. I know in the second edition of book, it has a way of doing it. I'm going to grab the book real quick. Yeah, I got the second edition book. I do have the third one, too. And they don't really call it, like, Crusade. I think they call it... Spectop Narrative Play. That's in that one. What page is that? 94? Yeah, that second edition. Do I have the fourth or third edition one anywhere? I should be really paying attention to my stream instead. Why am I doing this now? I don't know. I'm distracting myself, is what it is. From what I've seen of it, it's not really like how Warhammer has their big Crusade stuff. Hello, Rory. Are you trying to come in here? You can come in. But you can push the door. Yes, you can. Okay, fine. There we go. Hi, Rory. What you doing, Bean? Yeah, Bean? Oh, big doggo. Oh, big doggo. You came to be another distraction. No. No. No, no one do that. No one do that for them. Actually, do the opposite. Make it more cool. Release Perturabo. From what I understand, like with a narrative one, it's every model has its own character sheet and like a loadout. And stuff. I just want to play like not like a big story, but like okay, this is a hive city, and each of your teams are trying to take over this city, and like it has a power level for each one. Are you talking about the Demunculaba? Oh, I read your message further down below, and you were talking about the Demunculaba. You know, yeah, that's one way to make the Iron Warriors not as appealing to people. I don't feel like the Emperor's Children would be any better than the Iron Warriors. That's what I was thinking, Marrow. Like, I'm pretty sure Emperor's Children, like, are not a better choice if you are freaked out by the Demunculaba. Like, a Demunculaba thing for them would be a Tuesday? I mean, I don't know. I haven't read Emperor Children books or really interacted with them much. That is the one Chaos Army I've not fought yet, is Emperor's Children. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do like the Imperial Fists. I think the Black Templars are really cool, which a lot of people do. Fair enough. The Night Lords intrigue me as well, AR. Like, I want to get the Legionnaire box. That's the Night Lord upgrade sprue inside it. Not that I want to do a Chaos Army. At least not for 40k. I just... The box called to me. I felt the pull of chaos. And you know what? I pulled away. I mean, if you bought the Night Lord box, someone talked about it earlier. Like, yeah, it's in there. There's not as many as like people hope, I think. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm more tempted to buy the Combat Patrol than I am the Kill Team box because that's Chosen, Legionnaire, a Chaos Lord with jump packs on a Rhino. I'm like, that's not a terrible deal in my mind. I mean, it could be better. It'd be nice if there was a Chaos Lord that went with the Chosen. But hey, you know what? It works out, and everything else I can give to my buddy that plays Chaos. No. You go do your salamanders. Do your salamander for the banner. I feel like if I ever do a tabletop similar like game with chat, I feel like now I have to do a game with table to make it canonically that my Marines have fought against the Night Lords. Sometimes I'm too thin, sometimes I'm too thick. To be fully honest, it's a mixture of 50-50. I have a wet palette here that it's damp, and I think it's thinning the paint down. Probably not as much as I want it to. But I just try to do enough that I can coat my model, but it's not tinting, it's more than tinting. But I'm not seeing like the brush strokes or the globs of paint that are like on the just on the model. It's a nice layer. I want the box, but I don't want to spend money. Do I just buy the Nemesis Claws this weekend? I mean, that is $80. Oh, wait a minute. I do. After I'm done with this kill team, I have another kill team I can work on. And it is Chaos. So, I can take care of the Chaos itch. And also just change the title slightly. I don't even do that many brush strokes. I mean, I'd probably do a couple, but to me, like 4 or 6. Yeah, you are saying layers. I don't even do that many layers. I might do like 1 to 3 layers, depending on how it covers. I don't have access to YouTube donations because I'm not there yet. If you do want to donate to the channel, there's a Ko-Fi link in my channel description. That's where you can donate to if you want to, but you don't have to, AR. I appreciate it. Table. Your chapter fighting my Night Lords make it lore accurate is a good idea. Yeah. I like the idea that, like, Every faction that I have fought with my Marines does go into my lore. Although, Table, are you just a Night Lords player, or do you have Chaos models? Like, not... Like, are you exclusively Night Lords? Or do you play, like, Black Legion or other things like that? Because I have a friend that plays Black Legion, and that's a way I can loop it in there. Okay. As much as these guys probably could use the orange, I am going to... I gotta do a little bit more on blue. Ah, okay. Not fair enough. Honestly, I like building and painting in the lore more than I do the game. I play the game because I've spent the money on the models. I might as well, like, do it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, like, the whole chaos mutation stuff on the models. I really like... Well, thank you, AR. You, again, like I said, you didn't have to do that. I should set it up so that when, like, Ko-Fi gets donated, it does appear on stream. I gotta figure out how to do that. Probably if I start streaming on Twitch, then it will go through that way. I will say the new, like, Red Corsair models and all that. Then save it for yourself or do other things with it. I mean, I'm not, like, complaining, but, like, it's a lot of people are having hard times with money and all that, so, like, I'm just, like, save it for yourself. Invest it. Buy something that you actually enjoy. That's how I look at it. The 14th clause of Vultures of Nostromo. Oh. What's up, Corrupted? Yeah? I probably could. I want to get, like, actual upgrades for the stream, not painting equipment. I do like the new chat bubble thing, or the new, like, page thing, but I want to do something different for it. Like, I see a lot of people have, like, these little bubble ones that pop up, and I want to try some of those. I didn't want to get more paint because I wasn't going to use it all, but I think I have to. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, I was saying the Red Corsair stuff that came out. I like it a lot more because it's not so like chaos corrupted. Like, not that I don't enjoy some of the chaos corrupted stuff, but it's like a little much on a lot of it. So like the Red Corsairs are pre-chaos corruption, and I think work really well if you want to do like a renegade. I mean, they are like renegade Space Marines, but I think they work really nice for that. They're still Space Marines, but they're not a bunch of weird stuff going on. The Red Corsairs? I mean, I'm sure they do. I'm just saying for like the Chaos Trim is my problem. That's what I'm complaining about. I'm complaining about Chaos Trim. So they're not like heavily Chaos Trimified. It's a good like pre I mean, no one in the Imperium likes mutations either. Like I've said from my Marines, we hide our mutations from everybody. No one can know what we are. Why I folded your Chaos Army a long time ago. It used 30 plus painter per guy. Use 30 paints per guy? Blood Angels and Space Wolves, I know, hide their mutation from the Imperium. So, like, my guys aren't the only one. All blends and glazes. That's just a lot of different paint. It was bad. No, fair enough. I think I'm starting to use a lot of different paints and stuff as well. Okay. I could do more with these guys, but I'm going to switch to a different kill team. Because I feel like doing a different kill team. So I'm going to grab those models. I'll also change the title real quick. Let's go to settings, edit. I have the wet palette from Army Painter, but you can easily make your own. I just bought it because I wanted to, but for a while I used a paper, a Tupperware container, paper towel, and just like, not parchment paper, but it's like cooking sheet paper. Rory, watch out. I'm gonna set these guys down. So only one model has not been primed and everything in this, but the other kill team that I bought for the very first time, besides the guard, the Kree like veteran one, I bought the traded guardsman for my friend, and I figured the two of us would play kill team together. My collection quickly grew after that, so I'm also going to paint up the traded guardsmen, because they've been sitting and ready to be painted for a bit. Hello, Roy. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. You are a good boy. You are my good bean. Now, I gotta figure out a color scheme for these guys. I could do a color scheme that he likes, which is red and black. And I think that might be the line I go. Or I can do what I do for his Marines, and that every Marine is worshipping one of the 4 Chaos Gods. So I could do that for his traded guardsmen, but I think I'm going to do red and black. Because I asked him... Actually, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull an image up. I wanted to make him a custom Space Marine Legion, and I asked for some colors and all that. And his colors are black and red, which is what he likes. I'm gonna pop this open. So I really like number 3 here out of the colors, but he did not like 3 or 2. He liked 1 here. And then I looked at the color scheme, and the color scheme is just the red. It's just the red Corsairs. His color scheme is just the red Corsairs. But so now in the future, I'm gonna slowly paint his guys into the red Corsair colors, I guess. It's not going to be an instant relief, Jake, but it is a small relief. We'll do this guy. What's up, Matt? Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well. You just caught me at the time of switching from doing my Marines that are pretty much done. There's like some edge highlight stuff and all that I could do, but I'm considering them done, and I'm moving on to the Chaos Guardsmen. I'm gonna do a little bit of sacrilege here. And I'm gonna use Black Templar contrast paint to paint up some guardsmen. You want to start a Xenos army, but you're not a fan of any of their looks. I am unsure on how to help with that. Yeah, that's Matt has the right train of thought. What are you into? I mean, personally, I'm a fan of the Tyranids, but I know a lot of people like the Orcs as well. There are the Eldar, but I'm not a big fan of the way they look, at least their model range. And I mean, there's the Tau if you want to be more of like a bigger sci-fi army. And Necrons are a good choice as well. There's a couple Necron models I do like. I don't like all the Necron models, but there's a few out there that I like. I like the more unhuman-like Necrons. Is that a... Some of the models in the Tau line I do like, but I'm not a fan of all of them. Really, I just want to like steal the armor and guns off the Tau and give it to the Guard. Should I give him a black coat as well? Yeah, we'll do black because I'm going to do red in a few other spots. I don't collect Black Templar, but I have bought some of their models because they work well into Dark Angel stuff. So, what sort of advice are you looking for specifically, Matt? I don't know. Hmm. I kind of say treat it like a regular Space Marine army a little bit. And that's true. There's no psychers at all in a Black Templar army. They're very much anti-psyker. The Grey Knights need a update heavily on their range. I'm just going to reach out to... Whoa. Someone posted their salamanders in the welcome spot. Okay. Isn't the main thing though, like, Grey Knights do not or did not accept the Primaris reinforcements, so they're dealing with like that issue right now, and they're slowly becoming a dying like faction in the Imperium. Ooh, I don't. I don't know. I'm just a basic fan of like Tabasco sauce or Frank's hot sauce is good. But I'll try any hot sauce really. Yeah, I heard they like switched because it was just what one farm that they got all their chilies from initially, and now it's like a bunch of different farms, so it's no longer the same recipe. I will admit, I've never tried sriracha, so it always just seemed like a weird sauce in my mind. Okay. It's gonna be some pretty blacked out models. And okay. I kind of want to see my buddy use these models a little bit more. I don't think they get the respect that they fully deserve. He always has them set on the back line and all that stuff and stop like deep strike from happening or just holding a position, and I think they can do a lot more than what he realizes. Also, could be fun to do a guard on guard kill team game with these. Later, table. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll be here plucking away at stuff. I do want to do a guard army at some point. I just have a big backlog of Marines. Okay, here we go. I'm sure you do get some very cinematic moments with them. You get like the one tank commander or like the one troop of guardsmen that are fighting off Angron and able to like keep him at bay for so long while the rest of the army is just like pelting him. That's impressive. That's a lot of last shots and a lot of wounds to like take out 3 Terminators. But sometimes you get those moments. I started it is up to the dice how your games go. That is fully the case. I started building some terrain today for like future games and all that, and I have been feeling in the fantasy mood, so I'm trying to build a... Whoa! Fuck. That's not what I want to have happen. Let's get that cleaned up. It's the first time in a long time I've ever actually spilled paint on a desk. I don't want to... it's going to stain this mat. I don't want to stain this mat. Crap. No, I didn't want to stain this mat. I'll grab some at some point. No, no. That's good to know. I know Old World has that big like fantasy style stuff. Some of the models are cool. I'm not a fan of the older looking models though in Old World. I like the more newer stuff. So I like Sigmar and all that. But I've just been like building terrain for hopefully future games as well, because I do play knights and I want to kind of have like a medieval fantasy themed terrain just to like, oh, you are invading my knight's homeworld? Here you go. Yeah, that's like the ancient Chinese army and all that. I've seen that. I'm not really a fan of like of that either. It's nothing against like Warhammer General. It's just I have a weird taste when it comes to models, and if it doesn't fit within that, it just doesn't work. Or it just won't click for me. I just painted over a black piece of armor. I like a few armies from Age of Sigmar. Like I like the Bone Boys. I like the Lizard Men. So I'm a big fan of like those armies. I saw an Old World model of like the Lizard Men. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I found like the updated model for it. I'm like, okay, the updated model is even cooler. Which I realized I already own the updated model without even meaning to. But also that's like the fun part of Warhammer to me, is making the train and stuff. Or not making the train, but crafting. Crafting in general is what I enjoy in this hobby. So I'm able to like just create my own. I'm able to bring my ideas to life. That's what the words I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to look up and see what those look like. Let me take a look. Also, before I accidentally get paint on this guy, I'm gonna put him over here. And I'll have to work on that on my own time. Soulblight Grave. You talking about the Soulblight Gravelords? Yes, that is a range I am interested in. I love the skeleton and undead look of a lot of these models. I like the vampires as well. I'm not a fan of all the vampires, but I am a fan of like the skeleton horde army and then the like really cool vampire style models. Yeah, that's a range I do like, and I want to get, but I think the same friend that plays Chaos, if I got in the Sigmar, um, I think he would also go Undead. So I'm like, do I buy it knowing he would do it as well? I don't know. You don't know if you should get the stealth battle suit or not. Would it make that big of a difference for your army, or is it just for a collection? Let me move these guys over. You guys can go there. Honestly, I should actually just keep them like this. Now I wish I had a red contrast paint, but I don't think I do. I think I have to... No, I don't have one. I'm going to have to make one or water down a paint heavily. Okay. Mm. You guys ever just get in a mood where you want to take a model and just dump it in a thing of paint and then just call it done? I feel the urge to do that with my model tonight. Maybe I'm not really much in a painting mood like I thought I'd be. I'm going to keep painting though. But that's just a mood I find myself in every once in a while. Like, I just want to be done over with. Just dunk you in this contrast paint. It works exactly how I want it to. And then I move on all to the other ones. Oh, I got the plasma pistol on the captain I gotta do. I was so eager to jump to a new one. I'm now realizing I missed parts on the other one. see. A little bit on. Oh, I gotta do your other leg. I can go through from there. I'm sure some of you can relate to this, but you ever just start a project and you choose to do it one way knowing that it's going to be harder and more of a pain if you do it this way, and you know there's a faster, better way of doing it, but you just want to do it the hard way because, like, fuck it, I just want to do it this way? I got that feeling yesterday. And I should not have listened to my brain of like, oh yeah, we'll just like do it this longer and difficult way. Even though we know of a faster way, we can do it a faster way. I'm going to choose to do it the slow way. Why? Because I fucking want to. I apologize about my language, but I like making my own ingredients for food and all that. To add context to what I'm talking about. And I decided I was going to make my own butter. It's not the first time I've done it. I've done it before. It's actually really easy. And it tastes way better than what you can buy from the store. At least I think so. So, I could have grabbed the mixer and put it in a bowl and mix it and done it that way. And been done in like 15 minutes. Maybe 15, less than 15 probably. But I was like, nah, I'm going to grab a mason jar, fill it full of like whipping cream, and shake it vigorously for an hour and a half until it makes butter. And about a half hour in, I realized, why did I do it this way? What was my thought process here of like, I want to do it this way? All that I can remember thinking is, I know this is gonna like be harder. I know this is gonna suck. But I've committed. I need to tell myself the next time I have one of those ideas of like, oh, I can do this. And I have two ways of doing it. I want to do it hard way. I'm like, no. No. The only rational thought I can have is that I wanted to feel like a medieval peasant or something and try to churn butter a physical way or the hard way. That's my only thought process I have of like why I did it that way. Is that I was in some sort of medieval fantasy mood. But hey, now I got homemade butter, which is delicious. I fried What do you mean, nah? Slanesh got you? You think I got corrupted by a chaos god? That's why I wanted to, like, physically churn butter by hand in a mason jar? I mean, I will admit, I woke up this morning with my arms feeling sore. Because, one, to shake a mason jar with whipping cream in it to make butter, it's a lot of shaking. And a lot of muscle work. So I was like, okay, that's one positive. My arm's got to work out, but, like, that's a dumb positive? I don't know. The next time Slanesh gets in my head and tries to tell me, hey, let's do it this way, I'm going to tell it to shut up. And I'm going to grab the mixer and do it the other way. I hate that comment. I physically hate that comment. I mean, you're right, but I still hate it. I also bought those, like, small, like, quart, like, they're, like, that big containers because that's all the store had. So maybe my brain was thinking, like, oh, it's a small amount. Maybe it won't be as bad. No, it was as bad. Okay, I'm gonna deal with these each of. What's up, Guitar? Welcome to stream. Eventually, yes, Corrupted, it did become harder to move, but eventually when I started shaking it then started to solidify more and more and become a ball. And then and you got your first model done, a EF Blade Guard. The second one, you're trying to make the layer super thin. Well, I hope it goes well for you with that. Jake, you can certainly try. I feel like I've been getting a lot of movie clips from The Green Mile recently. Never seen it. Now I kind of want to watch it. So your comment reminds me now of, like, The Green Mile, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I am doing well, Guitar. Thanks for asking. You're building Ultramarines and Orcs to play solo. Well, here's the positive. You have 2 armies, and if you want to get a friend into Warhammer, you now get an army that they can use. So there's the positive there. Welcome back, Matt. Good to have you here. You missed, you missed a little bit, I'd say, but nothing too much. Also, Jake, what do you need? So, Jack, who I also call Matthew. The person here, Jake, is who I keep messing up your name with. So, when I say Jake, I do mean Jake. And when I say Matthew, I do mean Matthew. I'm just going to clarify that now. I'm not going to screw myself up like last time. I spent too much time messing up your name. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Give me a sec. Here we go. Jake, is there anything that you could do to help with your boredom? Like, do you got any other models that you need to paint? Or, like, anything that you got to work on? I understand you're not feeling well, and it's not always fun to, like, work on something when you're not feeling 100%, but... You know, man, if there's something that you got the energy and time to do, then this is the perfect time to get it done. Do. I don't know whether to be... I don't know if to take that as a compliment or as an insult. No, don't you dare start a riot. Don't you dare start a riot. I'm on my lunch break. You're painting during a tornado warning? It's like, were you just down in your basement with everything in front of you? Just listening to the sirens go off? I cannot help with your demands. I can't make the Beatles... the Beatles? The Beatles. The Beatles go back on tour. You decide you'll definitely keep painting, so you bought a Terminator Squad? Nice. What chapter are you painting them as? Ooh, what else? I will admit, after I think like last stream, I'm more considering doing a cooking stream. I'm interested in doing it. I don't know what I could cook. I haven't done dumplings in a while. Dumplings could be fun to do on stream. Get myself like a pot of boiling water. Some like pork, beef. I don't trust you guys. I mean, am I opposed to that? No, but I also don't trust you guys either to come up with, like, something edible. I do not trust you. Throw the tuna in with the pickled beef? Trust you? No. No, what sort of concoction or... What sort of warp chicanery are you trying to pull here? Oh, I did see a recipe I want to try. It is a dumpling lasagna. And it looked really good. I've never... But it's Tyranid instead of... No, I don't want to make a bug burger. I don't like the idea of eating bugs. I know, like, eating bugs, they're a high form of protein and other stuff like that. Also, like, if I make a Tyranid burger, it's just gonna eat through the pan and the stove because it's so acidic. You can't physically eat Tyranids because they eat you back while you're eating it. Do corpse starch? So just add a bunch of... What is the most, like, real-life analog to corpse starch? Would it be, like, just cornstarch? Honestly, I'm now inspired to do a corpse smash burger. I kind of like the idea of, like, saying, like, oh yeah, this is a corpse starch burger, but it's just a smash burger. Or, I guess it would actually be a Grox burger. Because, like, that's the main, like, meat that the Imperium eats is Grox, besides corpse and, I think, some stories that talk about pigs. Here's the other thing, too. Like, I understand I do a lot of Warhammer stuff. Eventually, I am going to move away from Warhammer. So, I don't feel like everything needs to be Warhammer themed. But I also feel like the day I switch to doing something other than Warhammer, this channel's just going to tank. Oh, so like a dumple? Just a football-sized dumpling that's called a dumple? Please tell me someone knows the reference I'm talking about. I'd be down to make a football-sized dumpling. Yeah! I'm glad Jake does. A dumple. Yeah. Let's make a giant dumpling on stream. I think that'd be really good. It's a simple question, Doctor. I love watching those clips. It's a simple question, Doctor. If you had a football-sized dumpling, would you eat it? I can think of the rest. I just can't remember how it plays out. The rest of it goes like, you gotta stop coming into my office asking these questions. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. I also have like crippling hemorrhoids. It's like, now we're talking. Cue leaf blower sounds. Chuckles is so funny in that. Yes, it was a chainsaw, but he made it sound more like a leaf blower. It's like, gosh, Doctor, you're going to leaf blower my hemorrhoids away? There they go, flying through like the wind. Like the winds of the night. Oh my lord. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go find it. It's from the channel Legends of Evantris. It's a D&D, like, group. I don't know. They have a bunch of clips. A bunch of clips that, like, get put out on YouTube. Chuckles the Clown is a big one. You just watched it? Okay. I think my favorite gag is Gideon always killing a clown. That is just his curse. What's my least favorite chapter? Ooh, I instantly want to say Blood Angels, but that's not true. It's just my first thought is... it's either Iron Hands, Blood Angels, or like Imperial Fist. But like, I've enjoyed Imperial Fist books. So like, I think just Iron Hands and Iron Hands and Blood Angels. I haven't read any Blood Angel books, so I don't really know them that well. Iron Hands need more lore. I forgot about the Raven Guard. I forgot about the Raven Guard. I don't think I have anything like... I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, you're asking me, but my heart's not into, like, actually disliking them. Like, I don't dislike any chapter enough to say they're my least favorite. There's ones that I definitely forget about. Like, the Raven Guard is one I forgot about. The Iron Hands... I mean, the Iron Hands come to my mind more than the other ones, so... I don't dislike the Ultramarines as much as, like, people say they're too much of the main character. Like, maybe it is Ultramarines. It's probably Ultramarines now that I'm more thinking on it. Are they not on the transfer sheet at all? I feel like if you're buying a Space Marine box and you are getting a transfer sheet, you gotta have all the original, like, founding chapters on them. So, like, the Space Wolf should be on there, the Dark Angel should be on there, the Salamanders, all of them. All 20 should be on there. Or, not all 20. Like, all 9 or 10. So, I kind of know why I dislike Ultramarines now that I'm thinking about it. It's more the fact of, like, there's so many 40k books out there that they're just the main... They're just the main character on so many. So, like, that's why I dislike... That's why I dislike them. And there's one book that involves the Imperial Fist that started off really slow and then got better at, like, the end of the book got better. So, like, I think it's less about the chapters and more about the writers. Like, my first... Like, the Imperial Fist book that I dislike has the Anchorite in it, which is a word bearer that was a Chaos worshiper and then became okay, I'm gonna finish my thought before I go into motivation. Which first I'm gonna say hello, Jump, welcome to stream. I enjoy the book with the anchorite in it at the end when he's in it. The build up to it was a slog to get through. How do I find the motivation to paint? I find okay. It depends on, for me, if I enjoy the color scheme or not. So, I really enjoy painting my Space Marines color scheme. And to go from, like, the base black model, like, when I got it primed and everything, to something that's colored gives me motivation. There are times, though, that I find, like, I just want to be done with it. Like with these guys. I got to the point tonight that I just want to be done because I've been working on them so long. But it's color scheme and the small stuff. There's small little bits that I find as treats that work out so well. So I'm going to use the captain here as an example. I put more effort into this guy because he's a character. But after doing the black, orange, basic green, and the blue on him, I was like, okay, I gotta do a wash. And then from there, I gotta do all this edge highlight, detail, color stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do that. But as I started doing it, the model started to become more as what I imagine it to be. And that gave me motivation to keep going and painting. So he's a lot more detailed and I don't know, a lot more skill into it. I'm kind of going in a circle here, and I'm realizing the answer. It's the small stuff. It's the little change in color from like a wash to adding the paint back on to working on a cape of doing the different range of colors. It's the small little things that give me the motivation to keep painting a model, to get it done. Also, sometimes, if I'm really sick of doing a certain set of models, I move to another set. Like, this stream, I don't have a lot of motivation to work on these Marines. So I grabbed some Trader Guardsmen that I'm working on for a friend and started painting them. They've been sitting in the shelf, primed and ready to go. So it's something new. And then when I get tired of these guys, I move over to my Space Marines. And then when I get tired with them, I move over to here. So it's small little things that give me motivation and having something new to work on at the same time. Having multiple projects. That's it for me. And I understand the feeling of being slow because I think I'm a slow painter. I know on stream I don't really get a lot done, but even if I'm here by myself, I feel like I'm slow and I don't get a lot accomplished. But the more I do it, eventually the faster I get, is how I look at it. I don't want that one. I want my speed paints. I mean, it's kind of to say, but time is the only thing that will eventually make you faster at painting. And as much as I would love to snap my fingers and have models done, that's just not how it goes. And I wish that was the case. Welcome back, Table. Good to see you. I think he left and I was working on Space Marines, and now that he's back, I'm working on something different. Also, what were you saying, Matt? You like the... For procurement managers, Jesus Christ, ads. I was not expecting it to... I lost track of time and I didn't even realize the music was ending. Okay. Corn. Personally, I would choose corn. Like the Bachelorette, but with the girl being a follower of Slanesh and every dude being from a different faction. What the hell? Oh, okay, wait, your previous comment. We need a whole production studio owned by GW that makes parodies of famous reality TV shows, but with one guy from every faction. So the Bachelorette, but it's like Slin. Okay. I've said before that I would choose Korn because he is the self-improvement, the like physical muscle aspect of it. I mean, for myself, I'm a overweight person to begin with. I will fully admit that. I am a large, rotund person. And the idea of, like, what Korn represents appeals to me more than all the other ones. The ones that I'm the least appealed by is Nurgle. And that's probably the one that I would fall to the most, or Slanesh, but if I had to choose, it would be Korn. Now, do I want it to be Korn? No. I don't want to fall to any of the Chaos Gods. Falling to any of them is not, it should not be your choice. You should want to be who you are and not corrupted. And keep working toward a better tomorrow and all that. I remembered why I like Army Painter's speed paint now. I just switched over to like the Grim Black speed paint, and it is going on much nicer than the Black Templar. The Black Templar just like covers it, doesn't really like pool into the resources very well. Yep. That is the trapping of chaos. That is why you should not fall to chaos. It does not matter what you think, whether you think you would control it or be overwhelmed by it. It will get you eventually. I know the Primarch Dorn fought off Khorne's corruption for a very, very long time. But eventually he was going to fall. It's just Dorn didn't break before. Dorn didn't blink first is what it was. So Dorn got very lucky that day. They're the god of excess. Is how I interpret them as. You are always striving to be getting more, you want something better than what you had previously. There is no end. I listened to that scene in the Heresy. I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was some weird short story. And then after listening to a couple other things and hearing more about it and realizing that it was an official story in the Horus Heresy, I'm like, that is really cool. So Dorn is definitely one of my more favorite Chaos Gods. But did I say Khorne or Dorn? I think I said Dorn and Chaos God. God, I'm being persuaded by Chaos a little bit too much. If Dorn was a Chaos God, I would follow him. I would follow Dorn if he was a Chaos God. Dorn is his favorite Chaos God. Dorn is one of my favorite Primarchs. I believe that. A lot of people portray him as just one thing, and he's not. He's like every other person that's been around. They have multiple things going on. They are their own person, and they have their own problems that they're dealing with. The Lord of Castles. If Dorn was a Chaos God, he would be encroaching on Khorne's position heavily. A dangerous amount. Oh, one of my favorite images. I have ants all over this table. They've been crawling around. There's one in the corner there. I've been eating at my desk a little bit here and there. I've been trying not to leave any crumbs. But I think the ants are trying to find any food that I leave behind. Damn, that's a lot of rain. Well, I hope you are in a safe location with that all going on and that you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. This is one of my favorite Trader Guardsman models. I like the shield and shotgun very much. That's a very nice combo in my mind. Shield and shotgun. Wait, hold on. Safe enough. You've been outside before in this. A sleeping bag and a breviary cover only? Why were you outside during a tornado? Was it just safer? I think more 40k models need the I understand in Horse Heresy there's a breacher team, Space Marine breacher team, that has a shield and the bolter in front of it. I think more 40k armies need stuff like this. Okay. I did not know that, so. Wait, hold on. Dorn gave his own little curse to one of his, successor chapters. Just like how the Blood Angels... Well, it's not exact, but it's an example I'm pulling from. So, the Blood Angels have their curse that they deal with. So Dorn gave a curse to one of his chapters. Damn. Yeah, when you started talking about it, my first thought was oh, it's the Lamenters. But then you said Dorn. I'm like, Lamenters are not a part of Dorn's retinue. Ah, okay. I'm kind of thinking I should have done the bases for these guys before I painted them. Or I meant prime them and all that. But I think they'll be fine. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll do the gravel stuff that I have, but I'm going to add some also... I'm going to take some popsicle sticks, break it, and make it look like there's wooden stuff around them, like they're moving through a trench or something like that. Or just this very, broken debris area. I'm sitting here and I'm painting these guys, and I'm sitting here and I'm making a story for them. I'm making like a lore aspect. The Emperor. It's Big E. I know there's a I know there's like a 3D printed one on Etsy and stuff that you can buy and have, but not like a tabletop one. I I was just thinking, I'm like, if they want to do a terrain piece of just the Emperor on the Golden Throne, that would be cool. But like, do it when like they're gonna end Warhammer, and like we're losing. So it's just the final scene is just Biggie on his chair, and it's a terrain piece where it's like if the attacker destroys this, they win the game. I did see a video about that he did talk to his brother's ghost, pretty much. Which is also why people think, like, Ferrus Manus is leading the Legion of the Damned. Maybe? It's a big maybe. Like, yes, he is human, but how much of him is human is up to debate. I mean, by the standards of the Imperium, Big E should actually... This is heresy that I'm about to say, so I do apologize, and I understand if the Inquisition comes here for me. But Big E is a psyker and a mutant. By his own Imperium nowadays, he should not exist. Oh, I don't like that comment, Corrupted. He acted a lot more human around the perpetuals. Yes, he is a psyker. There's many different origins of the Emperor. I like the idea that he is more human around perpetuals because he's similar to them and they can kind of keep up with, not fully keep up with him, but they like are around as long as he would be. What's up, Dark? Welcome to stream. What, Age of Sigmar, but like for 40K? I mean, I am working on some Chaos models right now, but I do got Space Marine stuff I'm also doing. Oh, just Age of Sigmar? In general? Oh, Sigma! You're saying Age of Sigma. No, I'm doing the Trader Guardsman. That's what I'm working on. I got a buddy that is doing a Chaos Army, so I'm painting these models for him. God, Age of Sigma, and that's what the new 40K is. Blood for the Blood God. Skulls for the Skull Throne. Milk for the Cornflakes. Milking for the Slanesh loaf? Yeesh. No, thank you. Blood for the Cornflakes. That's funny. My assumption is that they collect World Eaters. Dark Angels is a good one. I'm always a big fan of the Dark Angels. I want to read the Arcs of Omen book that has the line in it and him fighting Angron. But that's a expensive book from what I hear to get. Okay. As much as I could do your big trench coat in black, I don't want to. I want to do it in red. Okay, and how much of you is... Yeah, that is... I usually do that as well. But also, like, when I'm at work and I don't have any service and I want to listen to some 40K stuff, I will pull out an audiobook and listen to that. I'm going to do one half of your pants black, one half red. I do like this Ogren model. Him slowly being corrupted over time. I do feel bad for the Ogrens as well. Like, they don't even know that they're fighting for the wrong side. They still think they're fighting for the Emperor. They've just been tricked into, like, fighting for chaos and the bad guys, pretty much. Like, yes, everyone's a bad guy in 40K. I understand that. Chaos is the bad guys. Like, true. You're poor, you bought the lion. Yeah, definitely worth it. Fully worth it. When you hear World Eaters playable, you're just gonna blast. Kill him by Metallica. Nice. I mean, playing anything heavy metal is just a given at that point. You know what I would find funny? If you played Christian rock while you're playing World Eaters. That makes no sense, but I just would think that's funny as hell. Yes, I've heard of the Drukhari. I mean, Angron is the Red Angel, so... It could work. Keyword is could. Oh no, I know the Drukhari are evil. I mean, besides Chaos, like, Drukhari are the next evil thing. But again, it's Chaos. They're meant to be evil. I mean, no, but he's referred to as the Red Angel, so... I would say that's where you could just... That's just all I'm trying to say is... That's the only reason why you could get away with doing Christian rock for Angron, is because he's referred to as the Red Angel. Also, that would throw your, like, opponent for a loop. Who do you think was the Emperor's true favorite son? Do you really think it was Horus, or was it one of the other Primarchs? But if he made like that Primarch the War Master and showed his true love to that son, then you think Chaos would have gone for that one instead? I mean, they say Horus was his favorite son, but like it could be Sanguinius. Dorn's another option. I mean, Horus was probably a scapegoat. The line's another good one. I don't disagree with that. I like the Horus Heresy color scheme for World Eaters more than the current one. I think white and blue works really well together. But it then gets a problem where if you do like one of the demons or something, or Angron and all that, the colors kind of get a little bit wonky. But you could try it. Ooh, talking about traders. And we were talking about Dorn and the Horus Heresy before. I wanted to show my favorite alternate version of the Horus Heresy. I'm going to make this smaller. This is my favorite version of the Horus Heresy. It is the Lion Heresy. It is... The script has been flipped. All the Primarchs that were loyal fell to chaos. And the Lion became what pretty much Horus was. And I love this piece of art. I love the way Vulcan looks. I love Dorn's color scheme in here. The Ultramarines look cool. I think that's Raven Guard right there. I can't really see. I like how this is the Space Wolves right here. The Blood Angels look cool. But I would do a Chaos Army in this color scheme. I would follow the Chaos if this was what we had as a choice. Well, isn't it stated in like the Lion's book that he's not as fast as he was during the Heresy, so he's actually slower? I understand that it's the Fallen. I understand this is the Fallen paint scheme. I almost painted my Marines as the Fallen, and I chose not to. I can still enjoy the art for what it is. Yes, this is the Iron Hands. That is the Iron Hands. And then I think this is Jagatai Khan right here as for Nurgle. So that's a little bit weird in my mind, but yeah. See you later, Jack. Actually, talking about next streams and stuff, I think I am going to call it here. This is a good spot to stop, and we've been going for a little bit. I've not read anything on the Dorian Heresy. I probably should. But yeah, I'm gonna go do my little spiel, and from there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. If you want to see more and all that, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to be part of the community and keep up to date on, what's going on, share your models or whatever you're into for a hobby, join the Discord. That is in my channel description. It's not just Warhammer there. Eventually, I want to get into cosplay stuff, but we got people sharing their cosplay, gardening, cooking, whatever you have as a hobby and you are passionate about. I want you to go there and I want to share it because I want to learn about it. And if you want to help get the stream looking better, get things upgraded, and help support the channel that way, maybe even hire an editor, I do have a Ko-Fi, again, in the channel description. You can donate that. You can donate to that if you want to. But with that being all said, you don't have to do any of that. Just having you guys here, being a part of the stream, hanging out, is more than enough. I enjoy just having you guys here to begin with. So, with that all being said, I want you to go out there and make something awesome. I know you will.